Hi, everybody. I'm Ginger Newsom, and I'm going to be your instructor for Math 125 online this semester. I hope you had a great break. Let's see, Tuesday night, and I wanted to do just a little quick introduction video, tell you a little bit about the course. I'll try not to make it too long. So the main thing to say is, I guess to start with, is this is a completely online course. Well, we call it online hybrid. So everything's done online. There won't be set lectures that you have to tune in at a certain time. So we don't have a certain class that we have to that you have to a certain time. But you are going to have to take your test in person at the testing lab. And we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the testing, you'll have to come in person to take it, and you'll either take it here in Oxford campus, or we have remote campuses like Grenada and DeSoto and Boonville. There's some other ones that you can arrange to take, schedule a time to take your test then. But that's the main thing. And so to get started, I know it's a delayed start. So I really didn't change much. And let me just show you, I'm going to share the screen, show you a little bit about the course. So while I'm sharing, just to start the course off, let's see, we're going to go, let's see, let me go first to, so make sure I've got it. Okay, so to get started, we're going to, you're going to go to Blackboard, okay? Blackboard is going to be where you go to get any announcements. It's where the syllabus, the calendar, any of your notes, any of that is going to be posted on Blackboard. Where we actually do our work will be in a software called Pearson, also known as My Math Lab. That's where we'll do homework and take tests. But if you're going to get started, go to your Blackboard course, right here, the online hybrid, right here. Now mine looks a little bit different just because I'm the instructor. Right here, this is, I'll post this as soon as I finish. And so it brings you up with the Start Here page. Right here tells you a lot about the course, so you can read it and it'll tell you. But we're going to briefly go over the syllabus, and we'll look at the calendar, and we'll talk about Pearson, things like that. Okay, so this kind of tells you, first of all, yeah, we'll do the syllabus, setting up, we'll talk about that later. It's an online hybrid class, which is what I've already told you. Tests will be taken at the testing center. Let's see, and it's divided. The way I work this is I divide all of the material up into weeks. So we'll work things a week at a time. Okay, so let's start. If you go first down, let's start with looking at the calendar so I can just kind of map out what the course is going to look like. So your online calendar, I actually already have it open. Okay, so here I have it. Make it a little bigger for y'all. Okay. So as you can see, I work it in terms of weeks. So there's what, 16 weeks total. Of course, we had a delayed start here. So normally we would have started on Monday. I didn't change anything as far as what we're covering. The only thing I changed is I usually the due date for all of the homework for that week is on Sunday night at midnight. So I made for the first week due date is going to be Tuesday. I'm just giving you some extra days. And so if you notice the second week, we're going to cover 4 sections in the second week, and the homework will be due by Monday instead of Sunday. And then we're back on schedule. Okay, so it works with weeks. So we have our first week, our second week, which since we're starting 4 days late, it will seem very short and quick by the time that first test comes around. But that third week of class is our test week. And the way it works is you really don't have any extra new work on test week. It's just that week is to prepare for your test and take your test. Okay, so I have it set where you can take your test anytime from Tuesday to Friday. So some of you that want to get it over with quickly can schedule a time on Tuesday. Some of you may wait till Friday, and that gives you the whole week to prepare for things. Okay, so notice how it works. So then we'll have 2 weeks, week 4, week 5 right here, and then we'll have test 2. All right. This course is made up of 4 tests and a final. So between test 2 and test 3, that's spring break is right in the middle. Our final test, which is test 4, is trig. And so it's an extra week in there. So it'll be trig. Once we get through with test 4, we have a whole week to review and prepare for your final exam. And then you have final exam week. Okay, so it's pretty straightforward. This calendar can be accessed from Blackboard at any time that you want it, or you can print it out if you want to, but that's your calendar. So remember, just one thing to summarize this. So every week I have certain sections for you to cover. They all have homework sections in Pearson. All of the homework is due, by Sunday, right? Except for the first 2 weeks because of our delayed start, but most of all the time you have the whole week until Sunday night at midnight. Okay, that's the calendar. So we're back on Blackboard. So we've got the calendar. Right below here, setting up my math lab. These are the instructions for signing up for Pearson, which is the only thing that you're going to have to purchase to take this course. You can purchase an online access for it. Let's wait and talk about it in just a second. Let's first go through the syllabus. We'll just touch on it. So let's see on let's see. Let me get this a little bit bigger for everybody. Okay, so we have the name of our course is Basic Math for Science and Engineering. It's also known as Pre-Cal. A lot of people have to take this as a prerequisite. If you are one of those persons that have to take this to get into Cal 1, you have to have a B. Some people are taking it just for their regular math credit, and they don't necessarily have to have anything except a D or higher, but there are some of you that have to have the B. Okay, the course overview. These are the objectives. Of course, you can read through them. So our course is pretty straightforward. We have homework and we have tests. We don't have quizzes. So you pretty much are going to, for each section, you have homework to work. You want to get all of your homework done by the due date. And then, as you've already seen on the calendar, you will have a test. Okay, and that's pretty much straightforward. So we have, let me tell you about homework first. So with each section, like I said, you'll do your work. And the homework is due by the due date, which is usually on Sunday night by midnight. So if you complete your homework after the due date, you can still work it for half credit all the way up until the Friday before exams. So if for some reason something happens and you can't get your homework done in time, you can still do it for half credit, and that's better than no credit. At the end of the semester, I'll drop 2 homework assignments, and your overall homework average will count the same as a test. So homework is a great way to bring up or keep your average high. All right, as long as you do your homework, you should have a high homework grade. Okay, tests. So we're going to have 4 tests. For those tests, which I've already kind of gone over, 4 tests kind of spread out, you will be able to drop your lowest test grade. This does not include the final exam. So the final exam cannot be dropped, but of the 4 tests, you will drop the lowest test grade. All that to say is, if you cannot make it to the course, if you are sick with the flu or, really have a good reason or have to be out of town, have a wreck on the way, something horrible, that is why we do the drop grade. So the drop grade is not so you can just drop your lowest test grade. It is for certain reasons, situations when you're sick or cannot make the test. And so we will drop one of your lowest test grades. There are no makeups whatsoever. So if you miss it, you can't take it the next week. Okay. If you can't be there during testing, you can talk to me and take it before. but not after. Okay, that is that. And we will take the test, excuse me, in the testing center. Let's see. Yeah, no late test at all. In the blue, I have highlighted the fact that we don't allow graphing calculators or scientific calculators in this course. Only a basic 4-function calculator is allowed. Mainly if you're moving on to Cal 1, they don't allow that either. So we do not allow your normal scientific or graphing calculator like most of you have probably from high school. The final exam is comprehensive. It's going to cover the whole course. It counts twice as much as a test grade. It'll be taken online the same way, but you cannot drop it. It is mandatory to take. It does count twice as much, so it is important to be able to take it. Okay. So the testing center, real quick, and we'll talk about this a little more, although it won't be that long before you have to take your first test, because the first one comes up pretty quickly. Testing, you will have to get online and schedule an appointment, a time to take your test, which I'll encourage you to go ahead and do, fairly soon. I'll send you an email about that though. But the testing center is located in the Jackson Avenue Center, which is by the Malco, right off campus on Jackson Avenue. It's all the way in the back. But yeah, it's called the testing center. Some people call it DETL, DETL, Distance Education Tutoring and Testing Lab, but they changed it. It's just known as the testing center. And there, I do have directions posted on Blackboard of how to actually go on and schedule an appointment, but you will have to take it there. Okay, so if you are not living in Oxford or a student in Oxford, you can use one of our remote locations for Ole Miss. Okay, this talks, yeah, here they are: DeSoto, Grenada, Boonville, or Tupelo. They have places you can set up and take a test there. When you take your test, you'll definitely have to show a valid ID to prove that you are who you are. Yeah, the photo ID. No calculator will be allowed. They will supply a little basic 4-function calculator. Okay, I will tell you more about that, a separate, once school has started, about actually registering to take your test. But all the directions are here. Okay, real quick, here's your test. This is just what they're covered. I just listed those, the sections that are covered. The final exam is going to be just final exam week, and you'll schedule your time to take your final exam anytime Monday through Friday, or Monday through Thursday of exam week. So that'll be, schedule a time that's good for you. We have a long time before we're talking about final exams. Tutoring will be available. It's free tutoring that you can take in the math department. It's I think 8 to 5 Monday through Friday. So please take advantage of that. But of course, I always like for you, if you need any help, to come see me or email me about it. We can hop on Zoom and discuss things. Okay. Final, your grades, we are on a plus-minus scale. But the math department did alter the grades by 2 points. We bumped it up, really to help you. So normally an A is a 93%, but it's a 90. If you have an 88%, that's an A minus, which normally is a B plus. So you can see we're giving you 2 points from the outset, but that's how it works. Okay, the class attendance, of course, since this is all online, I do have to, make sure that y'all are actually here and the proof that y'all have been here, verify your attendance. And so I'm just going to take that by you attempting something within the first 2 weeks of class. Hopefully you'll have been doing all of your homework, but you just have to hop on Pearson, sign up for Pearson, and at least work at least one, just show that you're actually working with the class. If you have student disabilities, I should get an email from you. You should know who you are, and make sure you're registered with the Student Disability Services, and they should email me about extended time or anything like that. Okay, yeah, here's a picture of the calculator. It's just your basic four-function calculator. So it's not one of the scientific that has trig functions on it. You can buy these very cheaply at a Walmart or Walgreens, and it's very cheap. But the Math Lab will also supply it when you take your test. So when you're working your homework and stuff, you can use any calculator you want to, as long as you know when you're actually taking your test, you're only going to have a basic four-function calculator with addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Okay. Cheating, of course, with an online test, just be careful. Please don't get caught cheating. If you do, you will have you'll be turned in to the academic dishonesty committee, and you just don't want to do that. And you'll have an automatic 0 in your test if you're caught, possibly an automatic 0 in the course. And please understand, if you get a 0 in this course for cheating, it is an unforgivable 0. So it's not something you can use freshman forgiveness for. Okay. Your withdrawal deadline is not until March 8th, and pretty much everything else is just, policy that you certainly are welcome to read. Okay. That's the syllabus in a nutshell. Okay, so let's go back to Blackboard. So as you can see, let's see, we went over the calendar and the syllabus. Let me show you real quick. So when this is your home page right here, and so the tab bar on the left is where you'll go to find most of your things. As the course goes on, I'll probably change it where the announcements pop up or your opening page. When I will email the class, it'll come through Blackboard, sometimes as an announcement and sometimes as an email. I mean, they all seems like an email. So, but on special things, I will post them in the announcements so you can check there. Like for an example, no, I haven't even done one for you yet. But if I were to want to, talk about testing policies or things to remember about the test, I'll post it here so you can go find things there. Okay, so when you're going to do your work, you're going to sit down and say, okay, I'm ready to start. Once we sign up for Pearson, which I'm going to talk to you about in a second, over here on the left, the lessons and weekly assignments, this is where you'll go. Also, while I'm looking at this, I have recorded Zoom sessions. They're videos. Now, please understand, I want to qualify it. These are the Zoom sessions that when I was teaching during COVID, so it was back in spring of 21. Okay, it's 3 years ago. I recorded them. This was the class that I was having, and I just posted them. I'm teaching pretty much the same material, so some people might want to watch them. A lot of people in the past have said they really like to watch this. It's like watching the class and being a part. Just know that if I talk about something that seems out of date, just know I didn't record it thinking that I was going to use this each semester. I just have so far. So just as long as you know that this is back from a spring semester during COVID, but the material's the same. Okay, that's there for just for your own benefit. Okay, but when you go up here, lessons, weekly assignments, this is very important. So if you click on that, I have it broken down in all the weeks. Now I have it set to where like all these weeks will not show up until each week. So I think I have both week 1 and 2, both appearing for you. So for week 1, and once again, due to the delayed start, it's, it goes through next Tuesday instead of Monday to Sunday. So if you click on it, okay, I've put some things in here. Class notes. These are PDFs of the problems worked out. A lot of people like to just see the problems worked out, and that's helpful. These are what, if you were going to take my class in person on campus, this is what I teach every day. Okay. So a lot of people like that. That is just for a reference for you to see. But for each section, since this is online, like R5 just stands for the review part. The review, we cover 2 kind of things, rationalizing and converting, right here, rational exponents to radical. So these are little small short videos. I tried to keep the videos very short so you could watch one and not have a real long one. So it's a bunch of different videos if you want to watch. Some of them I've made out myself. Some of them I just got from online because they actually did a great job of recording it. So I have it for each section. R5, R6 is all about factoring polynomials. I will say a lot of people in the past have been having trouble with this. You know, from the COVID, the COVID time, a lot of people came out of there from high school not having a great background in algebra. Okay, and their factoring really shows. So this is supposed to be review though, so you may need to spend a little bit extra time going back over factoring and factoring polynomials. It is notoriously known as one of the worst tests. The first test is because it's solving equations and factoring polynomials. So just a little heads up on that. But these are just little different things that you can use if you want to. They're each blue one are links to videos. And then R7, yeah, rational expressions. Those are fractions. Okay, so you see 3 sections. These are notes that help. But once again, these are worked out ones if you'd like to look at that. This is all for week 1. Okay, so for an example, R5, I've just posted the PDF. And it's taken a little while, but see, I have certain problems worked out. And I've worked them out for you. So you might want to look at that. You may not. You may rather look at the video. Or remember, don't forget the Zoom videos. So yeah, always the recorded Zoom sessions, test 1 material, it just tells you what sections I'm covering. Okay. All right. You'll do this for every week. Okay. For the lessons and weekly. All right, so when it's time for testing, here are the directions. Once again in Blackboard, this is all about testing. Okay, so I have put this testing information, very detailed about how to sign up and all about scheduling a time at the testing center. The test scheduler, this is a link right here. When it comes time to schedule your test, you'll go there. It tells you a little bit about it. Yeah, you do have to have an appointment. Please, please, please do not wait until the day before the test to sign up for a time because it will fill up. And if they fill up, you're out of luck. Okay, if they have no more space to give you the test, you're out of luck. Okay, so that's a little bit about how to sign up. Yeah, no, here's the scheduling instructions. So this will be very helpful when it does come time. They don't have it ready yet. As a matter of fact, I just entered all the information today, so it's not like you can sign up for test 1 today or tomorrow. But these are the directions. You'll go to this link and it tells you clearly, you know, what you're looking for, okay, and how to sign up. You'll just do it test by test, okay? So those are the directions. And then, you know, when you take your test, we'll go a little bit more over it. When it comes to test day, I'll just wait and give you some emails about that instead of go over it today. So, all right, that is all directions there. And then everything else, the syllabus, the tutoring, that free tutoring, this takes you straight to a link that tells you about tutoring. And here's my contact info right here. My contact info, my office hours I'm in Hume Hall. You can come see me for sure, 10 to 12, Monday, Wednesday, and 2:30 to 3:30 on Tuesday, Thursday. But you can also email me. Please email me. I have a lot of students, so I might not email back. But if you don't hear from me in a couple of days, email me again. I've been known to have so many emails coming in that I accidentally skip one and don't respond. So if you feel ignored, please please email me back because I don't ever want to ignore anybody. It was usually just a mistake. Okay. All right. So we're good. That's pretty much all of Blackboard. And one last thing we'll talk about before we're done is your Pearson. Okay. And once again, Pearson, which we also call My Math Lab, that's your online software. That is what you will pay for. It's the only thing you have to purchase. And you can purchase it at the bookstore, but honestly, you can go straight through Pearson and it's cheaper. So you really don't need to go buy the access code. You can, you're just going to spend a little more money on it. Okay. So if you go back to the Start Here page and you just scroll down, setting up my math lab. Okay. This is our class code. Honestly, what you need to do is I've put the directions here. Here's the link. You can go straight to this link and it will take you through the steps of signing up for it. Okay, so important to know there's options. If you're not sure you're going to stay in this course, there is a temporary 14-day temporary code and it's free. So you can sign up for temporary for 14 days and do your work. And then at the end of 14 days, they're going to make you purchase it and you'll keep all of your work. It'll stay. So some of y'all, the temporary code is very nice. But if you're going to go ahead and purchase it, they give you two options, a 24-month and an 18-week. I mean, the 2-year thing, I don't know why you would buy that. That would be just assuming that you're going to have to retake it. This is only for this class. So I would buy the 18-week one for $80. And it's really for one semester. Okay. If you end up having to retake it, you'll have to purchase it again. I guess that's when, if you had the 24-month, you'd save a little bit of money. But hopefully not. Okay. Once you sign up for Pearson, we'll do that real quick. Let me show you what it looks like. Now, of course, I have all of these because I have so many different classes, but your little box here will look like this, the online hybrid. And mine looks a little different because I'm the instructor, but just letting you know, you would go over here to, I think, assignments. And I've got, all your homework for the first test listed, and each test comes, I'll put out the next homework. It is very easy. If you've never used Pearson, it's really nice. It's not quite as complicated as some of the other ones. It's basically, you click on your homework and you've got, let's see, for R5, you've got 10 questions. You can skip around. You can work any question you want to. You get credit for everything that you've done, right? If some of you have taken Hawks before, you may not have, but if Hawks is the frustrating thing with Hawks software is that you can't move to the next problem until you get the other one right. And you don't get credit unless you get everything done, which of course you want to get everything done. But this one, if you work half of them, you get half credit. You get credit for each one that you've worked. And also when you're working the problem, they give you 3 chances to answer it, which is nice. So I'm going to answer the wrong thing on purpose. So that one's wrong. But you can answer again, same problem. Again, so they give you 3 chances. I'm going to answer one more time. 3rd chance, final check. It's wrong. It'll give you the right answer. And it'll ask you, do you want a similar question? Or you can go to the next one. So, of course, similar question means they'll give you one very similar. So there's never a time when you run out of the chances to get the problem correct. You can always hit similar question. So there's no reason for you not to have hundreds on all of your homework. Remember, your homework grade ends up counting as much as a test grade. It's very helpful. So if I go to the next question, if you can see, I have a red X, which means I haven't gotten it. If you get it correct, it will be a green check. And that's how you know if you get them all correct or not. And once again, if you work this after the due date, don't go back and work the ones you have correct, because anything worked after the due date will give you half credit, okay? But like I said before, half credit is better than no credit. So, but that's how it works, okay? So you can skip around. When it comes time for testing, let's see, your assignments. All right, here, notice I have it just set on homework up here, but if you do all assignments, well, I don't have it, sorry. For you, I don't have it set up, but on test week, there's a review, but the test will appear. So that's where you'll find your test. I just don't have it set up for you to see it. And it's password protected, but you'll get the password. They'll enter the password for you at the testing center. Okay, I think I've covered everything. I may have missed something major, but I hope this helps. Sorry if I'm rambling. Looking forward to a great semester. Yeah, please email me if you have any questions. I hope y'all have a great start and you make it back to campus safely. The ice is mostly melted, and we're looking forward to a great semester. All right, y'all have a good one. See you later.